$2,000 for the holiday? If so, listen to this. Sit down. I'm going to tell you what President Trump just announced on Truth Social. He states just moments ago on Truth Social, people that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world with almost no inflation and a record stock market price. 401ks are highest ever. We are taking trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt. 37 trillion, record investments in the USA, plants and factories going up all over the place, a dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. Now, if you can't see what this president is doing for the American people, you are also a fool.
All right, so Trump has announced a $2,000 check to be paid to everyone directly from tariff money except the ultra rich. And I understand it's going to trigger a lot of y'all because Trump bad, never going to give us anything, blah, blah, blah. But I'd like to point out a couple things. Americans are down right now, and Trump is damn sure going to make sure that he gets the sentiment back. So right now is the time for checks to be sent. I'm still feeling a little bit iffy about it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen.
Really, Captain Obvious? Your name is Captain Obvious, and you think that Donald Trump is going to send you a $2,000 check? Holy shit. Okay, so just to clarify, there was no $5,000 Doge check. There is no big, beautiful golden wall that Mexico paid for. There was no free IVF. Hillary never went to jail, neither did Obama. There were no lower prices on day one, and he did not end all the wars in the world. But this promise, Captain Obvious, this is the one. This is the one he finally comes through on, right? Can I tell you something, buddy? Outside of Trump's cult, to literally everyone else, he is the most obvious con man any of us have ever seen in our life. All he has to do is give you guys a promise of a better tomorrow, and that is always enough to placate you for one more day. It's like you guys are perpetually standing in front of a big sign that says free tacos tomorrow, and you're cheering your ass off, and then at the end of the day, you pack up your things, come back the next day, and stand in front of the same sign and cheer your ass off. And yet the tacos never come, Captain Obvious. How do you guys not see this? The tacos never come. The tacos never come. Bro, if I had a friend who lied to me that much, I wouldn't be friends with that person anymore. And if it was a politician lying to me like that, I certainly wouldn't be a fan, but I guess the Kool-Aid is very strong over there. So have fun. And why don't you just let us know when you get the checks in the mail? Okay, Captain Obvious? Okay, good luck.
Trump is back, baby. Did you see? He's giving us all $2,000. This is on Football Sunday. Everybody go. Order some pizza, delivery, tip your driver 25%. The economy's back, baby. Now, of course, this is the work of a lunatic. He's not going to give us anything. He's like that deadbeat dad that just overpromises things because nobody likes him. We all know that guy, right? Trump's approval rating, 27%. It literally couldn't be any lower. That 27% accounts for all of the boomers with lead poisoning that still think the economy's rip-roaring. Any problems? Biden's fault. Trump has promised us so much, right? We're getting we're getting the Doge checks back, remember? We got the Trump iPhone. Here's what I have to tell you, though. When the $2,000 does hit your account, and you know it will, don't give it to your neighbor in their food pantry that they need because nobody's, able to afford groceries. Put it into Trump coin. Turn that $2,000 into $4,000. Let's go.
MAGA, you are stupid. Donald Trump told the nation that everybody except for rich people are going to get $2,000 in dividends because of a massive amount that have come into the country via tariffs. He says we are now a wealthy country. Despite the fact that the people are suffering, he thinks we're wealthy because he has no perspective. The man has been rich his whole life. He's never had to want for anything, but here's the kicker, friends. George Stephanopoulos interviewed Scott Bessent about these dividends, and before you go dreaming of getting a check and how you might spend it, let me show you all the ways in which you're going to get your $2,000 dividend. So George Stephanopoulos asks him, how are we going to see this $2,000 dividend? You could see it in lots of ways, but you probably will see it mostly in things like the president's agenda, no tax on tips, overtime or Social Security, and deductibility of auto loans. You remember that no tax on tips or overtime is a scam because you don't see that in your paycheck. That's not an immediate thing. That's something you're going to have to claim on your taxes. Okay, but he's counting that as part of the $2,000 dividend that you're getting from the tariffs he's collected. Deductibility on auto loans. Lots of people are poor and can't get auto loans. But again, perspective. The man doesn't even care to feed the poor. He doesn't care to feed the hungry and starving children in this nation. He's not going to cut you a fucking check. He's already promised that shit to rich people, okay? His buddies and pals. He's not going to dig into that for you. Stop dreaming, America. Or should I say, MAGA.
So Trump just made another promise he cannot keep. He said, we made so much money in tariffs, you and I. It cost us. We are the tariffs. We were the ones that were tariffed. That he's going to give Americans a $2,000 check. And that's a promise he can't keep. And it's unfortunate his supporters continue to believe in what he says. Let's just say he does keep that promise. Let's just start with that premise. That doesn't come close to addressing the increase in prices for food and home items that we need. That it doesn't come close to covering those increases. Okay? And then it certainly doesn't help with the unaffordable college costs and now the financial aid that's being pulled back to help college students go to college. It's not helping with the healthcare premiums that are now increasing in the hundreds of dollars for millions of Americans. It's like Donald Trump and his administration gave us cancer and then said, we'll pay for the Band-Aid, but you're going to have to pay for the rest of your treatment. I mean, it's so crazy. But let's go back to reality. The Supreme Court is taking this case up. Are the tariffs even legal? And if Donald Trump loses this fight, guess what? All the tariffs have to be paid back. Now, we're the ones who paid it. So I don't know how we're going to get paid back. But the businesses that were first taxed with these tariffs, the importers, they're going to be the ones that get the money back. Whether they share it with us, the final consumers, is another story. But he can't pay the $2,000 is what I'm saying. He's making a promise, and he's not even smart enough to understand any of this. The Supreme Court is going to rule on this in June of 2026. So to be talking about giving us all $2,000 is absolutely crazy. Anyway, there you go.
Thanks for clicking to watch today's video. Donald Trump just promised a $2,000 check, calling it a tariff dividend. And he said that only fools don't believe in tariffs. And actually, he says that this money is money made out, is tariffs made from other countries, actually. And Americans have heard this song before of Trump promising things boldly, but when it comes to delivering, he goes silent. And do you think that this will become a reality, or this is just another campaign fantasy? Let's dive in and listen to what people have to say, because this was brought about Outrage in America. We do not own the rights of this video. They belong to the original owners of the video. So let's dive in.
Coming to y'all in my jammies, I've got some very exciting news. President Trump announced this morning on social media that because of the tariffs that he put in place, everyone will be receiving a $2,000 dividend. And he did say everyone. He also went on to tell the haters of the tariffs that they were fools for that. And Bill O'Reilly of the No Spin News Show did a wonderful job last night of schooling Mom Donnie supporters. O'Reilly said we live in a supply and demand country. Mom Donnie doesn't want that. He's not a socialist. He's a communist. O'Reilly used Mom Donnie's own words on him with his greatest quote, "I agree with seizing the means of production." That's communism, not socialism. O'Reilly went on to say, because in order to seize something, you have to use force. That's what communists do. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Sunday. It's a cold day here in the state of Kentucky. God bless each of you.
Did Trump just promise $2,000 for every single American? That's kind of what he said on Truth Social. And let's break it down on whether or not this is something that's even legal. In case you don't know what he says here the people that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world with almost no inflation, a record stock market price, 401k is their highest ever, and we're taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our debt, $37 trillion. Record investment in the U.S. Plans, factors are going up over the place. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. First, my 401k has not gone up, so I don't know what he's talking about. And inflation near me is bad. I'm not sure if it's bad near you. But let's talk about what's called a tariff dividend, which is technically not even a thing. But he's suggesting the government would use the money collected by the import duties to fund direct payments to Americans, which I import stuff. I pay tariffs on that. Wouldn't it make more sense just to give me back the money so that I can lower the price on the thing? Because sure, you would get the $2,000, but it would still be expensive for me, so it doesn't lower the price on my end. Because remember, I am paying the tariff, which is technically I'm passing on to you, which means you're paying the tariff. That aside, is it something that is even legal? Which, I gotta say, no, it's not. Because there is currently no law here in the United States that gives the President of the United States any authority to redirect revenue from tariffs. Congress would actually have to be in session and would have to write a bill that would then have to pass. Which, obviously right now, government shutdown, that's not happening anytime soon. So right now, if you're hearing this thinking you're gonna get $2,000, oh, this is not a policy, this is just more or less a campaign promise, it doesn't mean it's gonna happen. But if it could happen, would you like that, or would you rather just there be no tariffs? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll be sure to keep you updated, so please do share my videos and follow me for more.
I don't know if y'all heard, but that bill been signed today. Donald Trump finna give us $2,000 each. But the kicker is, if you make too much money, you ain't gonna get the $2,000. But if you make under a certain amount of money, you get the $2,000. It's something. Donald Trump might not be bad after all. But yeah, I don't know when it's coming, but he signed the bill today. Today is November the 9th. Y'all do y'all research. Point blank, period.
Well, Trump just announced today that he was giving every U.S. citizen who is not a high-income earner a $2,000 dividend check. He said, quote, a dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. Where's the money coming from, you ask? It's coming from the tariff revenue. Isn't tariff revenue just us getting our own money back, you ask? Yes. However, $1,300 is the projected extra spending per U.S. household in 2025 versus 2024 due to the tariffs. An average household includes 2.5 people, which is $520 extra per person per year. Since the checks we're each getting is $2,000, that means you're being paid back what you paid into the tariffs plus another $1,480. And just to be clear, this is every person in the household, including kids. So if you're a family of 4, you'll be getting $8,000. So for all the Trump supporters out there, enjoy. And for all the Trump haters out there, maybe you should donate yours to a charity, because surely you can't take money from an evil, hateful felon.
Donald Trump said that, the tariffs have made America rich because they've been getting billions and even trillions from the tariffs, that is from China and other countries. But here's where the math is not mathing. When he promises to give a $2,000 to each and every American, and when we look at, the statistics, this year, the tariffs money brought in $195 billion to America. So when he promises to give a $2,000 to every individual, excluding the high income, that means that it will be $500 billion, and that is a huge gap to America. And this is only something, he's saying that, the amount is coming from other countries. But remember, it's from the consumers themselves, the farmers, the small business owners in America. And things are really, things are hiking up, and the groceries and everything, beef prices, everything is up there because of the same tariffs. And mark you, this is not something that is have been actualized. The Congress themselves have not approved of this, and this might be just another promise that he's promising, but it's something that will never maybe come to be, just maybe. So guys, what do you think? Will this $2,000 ever come to your bank account, or this is just another campaign trick to bring you hope and make you vote for him one more time? Who knows? So I'd love to read your comments, so don't forget to comment, like, and also subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you on our next video.